Hello and good day, good morning, good afternoon, obviously, depending on where you are in the world. I am here in California right now, sending you so much love and light. I know it has been for most of us at least about a month of cocooning, or depending again on how you're feeling and looking at it, it might be more like being locked inside or locked down. But I truly like to look at this as an opportunity for each and every one of us to transform our lives. And that's the reason that I'm doing these calls twice a week right now, is because I want to help you transform your life. And this is why I'm calling what's going on with staying in your house cocooning, because the record keepers mentioned to me a couple weeks ago that we are really transforming from our old human style of being, the way we have been for our lifetime and for even hundreds and thousands of years, as humans, as hardworking, individuated humans who are, just really trying to survive this world. And it is time for us to transform to the divine light, bright, wise, guided souls that we truly are. And one of the ways that we do that is by transforming our thinking, shifting the way we think about things, letting go of old thoughts and beliefs, coming to understand some of our old thought patterns. We have so many unconscious thought patterns that affect us. So many times when clients will come to me and they'll say, I don't understand why I can never save any money or have enough money. I work really hard. I have a good job, but there's something in their energy field, in their thought patterns, in their unconscious, and of course, in possibly in the plan that their soul wrote before they came to Earth. So I like to talk about what your soul was planning when you came here. So I want to jump into talking a little bit about that today, as I think that one of the ways that we move out of some of our fear or worry is to start to understand the big proof, the big, um, the record keepers show the records kind of like this big umbrella that's over everything of our lives and the world, this energy of holding us all, because of course your Akashic records are written in the etheric realm, are in the realm of source energy. So you made a plan before you came here. You made a plan to experience certain things. You made a plan to help and support other people. You planned to have relationships, of course, loving relationships and growthsome relationships. We often call those kind of soul contracts with karma attached because that's what it feels like kind of some sticky stuff sometimes. But it's about you learning and growing as a soul. That's the truth of what karma is. I always like to remind people, especially if you haven't listened to me talk about this work through the Akashic record perspective. It's important to realize that we come to Earth to learn and grow as a very infinite soul. And our soul is always wanting to grow, deepen, expand, learn more, to be able to share more gifts. The way we get more gifts is to learn and grow and really receive that wisdom that becomes the gift and the talent that we can share with other people. And many people who are looking for their soul purpose, really what we're looking for is to connect more deeply into the gifts and talents, into our own soul wisdom, into what we came to share in this specific lifetime. And we often will call that soul purpose. And it's good to know that you don't have just one purpose. That would be really, really boring if you had one purpose. What if you finished it when you were 20? Then what? You know? And so we have numerous gifts and talents, numerous purposes, and that is part of what is written in your soul's plan. So I just want to take a moment to stop and say hello to everybody who's hopping on. Hi, Jill and Cheryl, Di from New Jersey. Hi, Inma, Kim. Hi. Good to see everybody. Thank you. And if you have something in specific that you would like to work on in the records today, you can also type that into the chat. We're going to start with meditation to bring us all together in the energy. And then I have a bit of a plan to do some specific healing work to help us move forward. But I also like to see what people are feeling and would like to understand better, or to do some healing work around. So that is all beautiful. Nice. Hi, Vanessa from LA. And Inma, oh, you're in New York City. Oh, blessings. Hope you and everyone you know is doing well, is filled with beautiful, vibrant health. I know New York is on a very, very tight lockdown. So I want to pop a little gift. Let me see if I can do it into the into the chat box. And so this is a link to listen to about an hour-long healing and wisdom call about the Akashic Records. And I really do talk about giving you more soul guidance and how you can really connect with that for yourself. And so if you're interested in learning more outside of what we're doing here and now, click on that link and you'll be able to download a free another free webinar that teaches you a lot more about the Akashic Records and how you can find out about learning to access your own Akashic Records. So I'll try and pop that in again a little bit later. Good. So hey, Jill from Massachusetts. Lovely. Okay. And Beatrice, nice. Oh, it's so fun to see many of you returning week after week. So thank you so much. I love to see that. That tells me that this is useful for you. So thank you. Thank you for showing up again. And so let's do that meditation. Then we can type in a couple of things, see what shows up to do some healing around. And like I said, I've got my own healing plan here, my notes on what the record keepers wanted to work on. So, so just sitting back, taking a nice deep breath. We invite our soul. It's a very big part of us. And I love to use the concept of a kite. If you imagine that your soul is like a kite that's kind of out there floating about in just a little bit in your body. But we want to grab hold of that kite tail, that bigger aspect of your soul, and invite it to come down, 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 filling more fully down into your physical body. So if you ever used to fly a kite when you were younger, imagine they have, of course, your kite string, but they also have a nice tail, a kite tail that keeps the kite balanced, right side up. And so I always kind of imagine grabbing hold of that big, heavy kite tail and pulling it down into the physical body as your soul is really integrates down, 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 filling your whole torso, filling your arm, filling all of your organs, your lungs, your heart, your stomach, all of the intestines, all the way down, liver, kidney, so many things to mention, all the way down, filling every nook and cranny of your torso with your soul's energy. And as it fills your torso, imagine that kite tail, that big kind of ropey kite tail, as you pull that down, that becomes your grounding cord. So it goes from the base of your spine straight down into Mother Earth. And imagine you're going to wrap that kite tail around the center of the earth to stay grounded and present as we do this expansive work today. I don't know if you can hear the dog, but she's snoring. My cute little 10-pound Maltese poodle is over there sleeping away in the Akashic field. So just getting nice and grounded with our grounding cord, kite tail wrapped to the core of the earth. I like to just bring that energy down into our legs and our feet, and we can run some nice grounding roots out, down from the bottom of our feet, down, down, down into the earth. Being grounded is so important on our soul's path. I know that, of course, all my life I've studied, and so I've been told to get grounded. I think especially my first 30 or even 40 years, I was not very grounded. I didn't have any real desire to be embodied, right? I talk about how when I was 3 years old, I realized I was trapped in a body, and I'm like, I don't want to be here. And so I think I was always kind of escaping out into the ethers. So I think eventually what happened is the record keeper said something to me that made more sense. It made sense in why I actually want to be grounded. And that was that they said that unless you are really fully grounded and connected into your body all the way down into your third, second, and first chakras, it is very difficult to create what you'd like to create in this life, in this world. So another way of saying that is it's really hard to manifest your dreams, to manifest love, to draw that that soul partner to you, to create that great job or business, or to find the highest and best job or position or friend or whatever it is you'd like to create. It's so much harder when we're not embodied into these vehicles, these vessels, our beautiful earth suits, right? Because we come here to this earth plane to live in these bodies, to express through these bodies, which means the soul needs to be engaged. We need to activate all of these chakras, especially the lower chakras, because it is really through the fire, the emotion, the passion, the energy, the excitement that we create through our third chakra, through our heart and our third chakra, and our second chakra, and of course our first, but all of them. But really these middle pieces are so important to create that energy out into the world, to manifest your dreams. And so this is why I often talk about getting grounded and like to start these calls with grounding. So I just want to share that in case you didn't know why it was important to ground, because like I said, probably for the first 40 years of my life, I was like, yuck, it's dense down here. And it still is dense down here, but it's better because we have more light streaming to Earth, more of these big galactic portals that have opened and are streaming a higher vibration to Gaia. She is raising her energy, which is also helping us to raise our energy. And it is helping humanity to wake up at this point. And so, again, all of these are the pieces that we're referring to when I'm talking about transformation. This is why Transformational Tuesday is a fun thing to do, because we're cocooned right now. We're letting that old human caterpillar transform, wake up, and turn into that beautiful butterfly so that we can go out, not back to life as usual, not back to the same old thing, but creating the life that your soul, your heart and your soul desire. Why you came. That is your purpose. Whatever all of those things are is a huge piece of your purpose to create that for yourself, for your family, with your loved ones. So let me check in on our chat and see. Perfect. Thank you, Vanessa. Perfect question. So she says, I was just attempting to get into my Akashic Records, and my question literally was, what is my purpose? Since we have all this time, I want to capitalize on all this free time. So one of the things I think that is really important for us to understand is that, again, a soul purpose is not like a sentence. It's not a job description. It is your gifts throughout time, and they're numerous different gifts. I often see our purpose as something a bit more archetypical. It would be like your soul came to be of service and share the gifts of the sage that you have been. And so part of your purpose is as a communicator, as a teacher, as a sage. It is often the spiritual teacher, and to be of service to humanity. And then we get our free will piece. So we can find in our records, of course, what other gifts line up to that? Are you an energy healer? Are you a really here to teach some more about like physical healing, herbal wisdom, acupuncture? Different kinds of physical pieces, like you could look at the essential oils and such. Many of us have been herbalists in a sense. We've been wise women and wise men. We've been shaman. We've made tinctures and used sometimes had huge herb gardens and healed people with what was available herb wise. Sometimes all sorts of different, shamanic sorts of medicines. So we have many, many different lives which support your being a healer in this lifetime. And then part of what is really important for you to know and acknowledge, everyone, is that then it's about what is your heart calling you to do now in this life. You've been this, you've been this, you've been this, you've been this. Which would you like to recreate, or is there something new to create? Is there new information coming to the planet now that wasn't available before that you would like to access? Some new form of healing energy, some new form of some new modality, something you're here to invent. So one of the things I love working with, or kind of full in around soul purpose, one of the things that I would say about soul purpose and the Akashic Records is that when you can learn to access your own Akashic Records and work in your records every day, this gives you a step-by-step process to deepen into who you are, who you came to be in all ways, the soul contracts you have with people, the gifts and talents you wanted to share, the partners you wanted to work with, whether in uh, personal relationships or business relationships. And so, because your soul plan is complex, it's so useful to actually learn to read your own Akashic records. And that is why I love to teach that, because I think that, of course, I can do a reading for you. Um, and I can clear and heal so much old stuck energy, and we can get so much information, but it's an hour out of your 40-year life, out of your 400 lives, right? Or your 60-year life and your 600 lives, whatever it might be for you. So you're ancient, and I love doing readings. I love working with people. I love connecting. And the truth is that when you can learn to read your own records, you have a transformation tool for your life. That is one of the reasons that the record keepers had suggested that I offer this free webinar, that you can learn more about learning to access your Akashic records. And so this little webinar, it's like an hour audio, you can just log in and download for free, and learn more about the workshops that I teach. And I do have it online as a home study. And I will also be starting a new online 6-week course in June. So just so you know, all of those things, because that's also on my website. And I will kind of pull that up just for fun for everybody. But let's get to doing some of this other work the record keepers wanted us to do today. And just grab this so I can pop it in there. Okay, so there's another couple of questions. Let's see. Can you talk about what's happening when the energy is moving so intense in me? I feel like I'm buzzing and I might take off. Is that a grounding issue? No, you know what that actually is this huge portal opened about 10 days ago on 4/4/4. And so not last Saturday, but the Saturday before. And then, of course, we went through this beautiful Christ consciousness opening on Easter Sunday. And so we have these huge energetic openings, which are very high energy. And what happens is we're starting to invite them in and download them, which is very exciting. And while it's integrating in your body, sometimes it feels like buzzing because your body is not used to that vibration. Your body is used to the vibration it's been living in. So your body is opening the channels. We have energy channels that run through our system. So they have to kind of clean out and expand to hold this higher vibration. And while you're going through that, it really can feel like buzzing. I always say that it feels very frenetic to me. I notice when I download some new codes and some higher vibrations, a lot of times it feels very frenetic, and that is kind of another way of saying it feels kind of buzzy. And sometimes it's exhausting because your body is trying to transform. Here's part of your caterpillar transforming. It's a huge transformation to turn into a butterfly, right? And for some of us, it makes us feel very motivated. For me, it feels like an internal push to do. And then I often find it's important to kind of sit back and drop down and let that space expand and get created. So there is more space to be, so we can be and do in balance. because we're moving out of the old um, male paradigm, masculine kind of energy of doing push, 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 push. Even though you're tired, even if you're exhausted, you just push ahead and push ahead. Right now, it's like, let's rest and let's take care of ourselves and let's eat organic and let's get some exercise, some nature, lots of sleep so that we make space for the energy, and then it can come in a fuller way, and it can actually almost um, they're saying do create through our bodies without our frenetic doingness. Okay, so again, as we're making more space energetically in our body, in our energy field, in our chakras, in our running energy channels, as everything is cleaning and making more space, we can integrate these new higher vibrations with greater ease. And then is we can be more embodied down into our heart, our third chakra, our second chakra, our first chakra, all the way down to the body. It can create and manifest out into the world with ease, where things start showing up for us. We get invitations to do things. People come to us and say, would you like to work with me on this project? Or I would love to support you. Or, whatever it might be for you, we start to create without a lot of doing. Okay, so that's how I see a lot of this buzzy kind of energy is beautiful, and we need to take care of ourselves so it can really move deeper into the body. Yeah, great. Inmo is asking if we could optimize this extra time to turn our passion into our full-time dedication. This is related to the fact that most of us artists, performers, creators also have other daytime jobs. I still find my day job fulfilling and of service, but it takes away my energy, except now that we are all working from home. Thank you, dear Lisa. Thank you. Um, yes, I mean, I really am hearing from the record keepers that this is how we're transforming our lives. One of the great gifts, and I'm really, wishing all of you success in creating these new lives with great ease and support as you do that. So hopefully you still are getting to work from home and have income coming in. And all of a sudden we're noticing that's saving us at least 2 hours or more a day in just commute time, right? So just doing that and feeling that energy, like, oh good, I'm 2 hours I can focus on my art, on my whatever it is. You could be practicing, you could be writing new songs, you could be singing more, you could be dancing more, you could be writing a play, you could be doing online performances with your friends, doing Zoom shows together, whatever that all means for you. We're creating so that it is here and ready and flowing into the world as our cocoons open to really release the beauty, the beautiful new butterfly, the beautiful new you that you are. So I really think that this is the time. This is a great, great gift for so many of us to be able to do this. And oh, interesting. So Cheryl's saying, I received your book today, The Infinite Wisdom of the Akashic Records. I know, I'm like, yeah, where's that book? I'll just lose my book too. Oh. So she's talking about the infinite wisdom of the Akashic Records. So it's on Amazon. This is my How to Access Your Akashic Records book. as well as, so it's a great place to start if you just want to order a book from Amazon and start to learn to access your own Akashic records. And then a lot of times I find people want to go deeper and they want to work, more with me. And so they want to do the 12-hour, 6-week online program, which, I offer for very reasonable price because I really want you to be able to access it. And so you can get the book on Amazon, The Infinite Wisdom of the Akashic Records. And hi, Anne. My friend Anne is here. Oh, thank you. Okay, so, and I'll pop a couple of those in. So there's another question where she say, my hands and face have been buzzing lately, and I wonder if it was COVID. Thank you for your information. Oh, interesting. I think it's really newer energy that's all coming through. I would certainly, I'm no doctor and I'm not in your field or reading you specific, but I have never heard that as a sign of the virus. And so, unless you have any other symptoms, I would just totally believe that it's the new high vibrations and light that are coming to the planet. And here's another interesting thought. Our air is cleaner than it's been in a very long time. If you're getting out and walking or hiking or breathing, you may be getting like way more oxygen than you're used to having, which I think is kind of amazing and wonderful. And so I don't know, that was what the record keepers wanted to mention. That was kind of cute. I'm like, oh, okay. So I know, I am, of course, whoop, I'm just trying to give you guys a little bit more information, and then we're going to do, um, okay. Oop. So those are I just popped um, links to both of my books in to the chat as well as my website in case you don't have my website. So, but those are direct links to Amazon. If you want to buy the books, it doesn't go through me. It goes straight through Amazon, but they print on demand. They're getting stuff out. It's a great thing to do. I'm totally feeling, to support ourselves however we can best do that in deepening into our own awakening, into our own wisdom. So love your books too. Highly recommend them. Thank you, Inma. Somebody else is saying, I've been getting so much buzzing in the ears. Because our clairaudient channels, which is our higher hearing, they really run around the same channels as our physical ears. So the way I see them, they run kind of almost around the ears and then down the sides of the neck, and they connect into your fourth chakra, where you actually are receiving the information more in your claircognizance, your clear knowingness. And so it can show up as kind of buzzy energy. So I feels like all of your gifts, everybody's got gifts that are turning on, which is fabulous and exciting. So yay, you. Yeah, just energy. So we have all of these, we have and especially in your head buzzing, face buzzing, you have telepathics that run around your eyes, just like your sinuses, and they actually connect into your clairaudient channels. You've got clairaudient channels. You have your third eye, right? So you've got your right in the middle of your forehead. So, this whole part of your head is filled with energy channels and they're upgrading. So, yay! It's exciting, right? Okay, so what the record keepers wanted us to do today is to do a couple of these prayers from my book, From Questioning to Knowing. I put that link in, right? This is, it's got the 73 prayers, but they wanted me to do these 3 prayers. So I am going to do those with you as part of our healing today. Nice. Oh, good. So I just want to say hi to Candy and Olivia and Peggy. Thank you for joining us. It's always so lovely to see everybody here. So let's start, because the message the record keepers had given me was they wanted you to know how grateful they are, and all the etheric beings who are holding space for us as humans, and for the whole planet, and all the um, the beings, all the animals and the people and all the everything that's alive on our planet. They are so grateful that we are making this shift to help ourselves, to help the planet, to help all living beings, to heal and to move forward. So they say they are grateful for all we are doing to bring greater love and peace to the planet now. And so with that, I will read the prayer for world peace. I know last week someone was reading along in their book and she wanted the page number, so I will give them. Prayer for World Peace is on page 187 if you're reading along in From Questioning to Knowing. So you can just sit back and close your eyes and drop into your heart. And we thank Mother, Father, Goddess, God, as we know I am peace. And this peace permeates my heart. As I feel it in the depth of my soul, I expand this peace to embrace the world. I am peace. And as I know this is true for me, I know this is true for all of humanity. And so it is. Feeling and breathing into that energy. I am. Anything we say after I am, your body is taking in as the truth of who you are. And so it's very important for us to change our self-talk to really positive ideas, such as I am peace, I am happy, I am filled with vibrant health, I am abundant, I am love. And we can do just a couple of those kinds of, if we pick one or two or three that we like to say. I try to use that to replace any other old self-talk that shows up, and using it kind of like a mantra, something that you might repeat as you're walking. Or if you find a old critical voice pop into your head, you can, and you think, oh, blah, 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 whatever it is that we're thinking, we could just come back to, oh, I am peace, and feel that peace. I am love. I am forgiveness. All of those are beautiful, beautiful I am energies to hold. Turn my heater down just a little bit. Okay, so the Akashic Record Keepers want us to know this situation is the way that humanity is having the time and the chance to create the new earth. So that is their simple answer, literally, to what is going on here with this virus. They are saying it is truly giving us a chance to cocoon and to create the new earth, to create our personal vision of our heaven on earth, our soul's creation, our soul's desire. And so the next prayer I'm going to read is the prayer for creating heaven on earth, because the record keepers are big fans of us doing this work for ourselves. So again, just focusing on your heart. As I integrate the power of the soul with the power of the body, I manifest with ease and grace. I am a creator being with a purpose. I am now creating heaven on earth. I am blessed and filled with gratitude. And so it is. Blessed be. Blessed be. So they're beautiful, wonderful prayers to say every day. And I know I offered, I don't have that handy. I know I offered 23 healing prayers on the last 2 videos. So if you didn't get those, you can always go back and watch last Friday's video, or maybe even on last Tuesday's video. There was a link to a free downloadable ebook with 23 healing prayers that come from from this book that I'm reading in. So you're welcome to go back and get that. It's still available. So because we are in such a clear portal of time and energy, Sunday with Easter, Christ consciousness, all this beautiful energy here on earth, these portals always stay open for 2, 3, 4 days. So we're just 2 days after Easter. The Christ consciousness is actually expanding and deepening into the planet. And so the record keepers wanted me to read the prayer to activate the Christ within. And this is not about the religious Christ or Jesus or anything that we think of in that sort of way. It is about the unified field of one, the Christed light and consciousness of unity. And this is the energy really that we're moving into as we move into this consciousness of being a unified field, of awakening, of love and compassion. And this is all very connected to the consciousness, the energy, the Christed consciousness and light. So again, just not connected to a person, but to a huge consciousness, really source energy and consciousness. So the prayer to activate the Christ within. This is on page 225 if you're reading along. Mother, Father, Goddess, God, as I know I am one with you, I know I am one with the Christ love vibration. The golden energy of love, which is everyone's birthright. I ask for and receive the golden energy of Christ force as it moves into my crown chakra and slowly moves down into my heart. I feel this divine energy move down my arms as it activates my healing channels in my body. I am a divine servant of Creator, and I am grateful to spread the golden light of the Christ love. And so it is. Blessed be. Beautiful. So that all feels really, really good as we're kind of letting go. I think for the first few weeks in our cocooning, many people were still expressing quite a bit of fear and energy such as that. And it's lovely to see less of that showing up and more of the transformational energy showing up, the buzzing, the tingling, the new energies coming in. And so, um, just, I am so, so grateful for all of you being here with us today, sharing the energy, sharing the light, moving the higher vibration, your high consciousness, your compassion and love, your wisdom out into the world to communicate with people that you know. So whenever you're communicating with people you love, you are really sharing your light, your love, your higher vibration. And so you are a blessing to humanity just in being you. And so I honor you and I thank you. And the record keepers thank you and honor you. And so we close and lock the Akashic Records of the group today. And so it is. Blessed be. I look forward to seeing you on Friday. I hope to be making the call from Sedona, Arizona on Friday. So I'll be bringing a little bit of a different energy and vibe from there. All right. I love you all. Bye now. See you Friday at noon Pacific time. Until then, I love you.